so the first thing I like to do is just comb or brush through the hair really good just to make sure you're getting rid of all those kinks or tangles that may be in it. And a good trick is to brush starting at the ends and then go up at the top. So I had already brushed the ends, and then just get the top part, and that just makes sure that you don't damage the hair. And then after I've brushed the hair, I just like to go and braid one half that I'm not starting with. This way I just kind of, it's easier to separate so you don't get the curled hair and the straightened hair mixed in. And then after that, I just grab my first piece of hair, and the smaller the piece, the better the curl. So you want to grab a pretty small piece, because at the end it'll make your hair look like it has way more volume if you do smaller pieces. And then you just wrap the hair around the wand. This is a wand curl I got from Walmart. It was on like $19.99. So it's pretty cheap and it works so great. I set it to the highest degree, which is 300, I believe. And then you want to just hold it for about 5 to 10 seconds. And the longer you hold the curl, the better the curl will be. So I like to hold mine for about 5 to 10 seconds just to ensure that I have a really good curl. And then I like to just kind of push it towards the back just to make sure I separate it from the hair that I haven't curled yet. And then I just like to go piece by piece. The smaller the piece, the better. Remember that. Okay, so I finished with my first half, and now I'm just going to move on to my second half. I'm just going to unbraid it, and then I want to make sure that I kind of detangle it and make sure I brush through it just to make sure I don't have any type of tangles. Okay, and so now I'm just going to be finishing up the front portion. A good tip in getting a more fuller look with your curls is to try to do smaller pieces, and then also try to do like larger pieces. So you want to kind of do like you want to differentiate your curls. So you want to kind of make sure you do really small pieces, really large, in between pieces. This will make it look way more fuller versus just doing curls with all the same size. And then another trick is to curl in opposite ways. So you will see me throughout the video. If you curl one way, for the next curl you want to curl the opposite way. And then this will make sure that your curls don't overlap and fold into each other, because when you do that, you kind of kill the look. So you want to make sure that you kind of do the curls in opposite ways. This will make sure that your hair stays full. Now I'm just going to finish up the bang, and for me personally, I kind of like to curl all my hair in the front away from my face, just to kind of, it's just kind of a preference for me. So you'll see me kind of grab the hair and then wrap it the opposite way of my face, and I just prefer my curls to go this way. So I kind of do that in the bang, and then for most of the pieces that's closer up to the front of my face. So once I'm done with that, I just pull all the hair to the front, and then I like to go back through and just kind of clean up and just redo any curls that are kind of longer than the rest, because that means that it's usually looser than the rest. So I like to just go back through and recurl them just to make sure I have a tighter curl. Now I'm going to use some of my olive oil nourishment sheen spray and just go through and spray the hair lightly just to make sure I get a nice shine. And And I like to use my Argan Oil Perfect Edge Control just to really get my edges nice and laid the way that I prefer. And I use my fingers just to put some on there, and then I'm gonna go back through, and I personally, I know a lot of people don't like it, but I like to use a toothbrush. This really helps me. It just really helps me out to get my edges the way that I prefer them and sculpt them the way that I like. And the last thing that I like to do is just go back through and separate the curls. This really just creates a more fuller look, and then it also creates an illusion as if you curled more than you really did. So this is a really important step for me because I do like that fuller look. Okay, and then that's pretty much the finished look. If you did like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.